Nothing. I can't see it. Is it very for people who have accounts and stuff? Hey. Oh, there it is. I think we're there now. Anyway, I hope you guys are good. Ish. No, I can't take a call. Let me mute. Is it mute? Is it say do not disturb? Focus. Right. We're good. We're happy. We're happiness. Okay. I hope you guys are good, by the way. We are on Losing in Love podcast. Guys, I don't even know if I should say this because we have not been here for like ever. So, but now we're here. Like I said, that I want us to talk about being given ultimatums, but I feel like the atmosphere does not allow me to bring such a light topic because of what has been happening throughout the day today. You know, people have been, sending me a lot of DMs. The video that I recently posted today in the morning, yeah, I see that it triggered a lot of people, myself included. There's a lot that has been going on around us. And I feel like it's very, very important for us to always remind each other as people that we should not give up. You know, we should hang in there no matter what. I have this belief, man. I have this belief that people. I just answered somebody in the comments on YouTube where somebody was saying that they were starting to. It's because of the latest episode of Losing in Love that we did, of the opinionated podcast that we did, where somebody was saying that they're starting to question, am I even Christian? And my response to them was, worry about your relationship with your God. That's all I could say to them. And I feel like this cannot be emphasized enough for us to worry about our relationship with our God, because we allow external factors to affect us. You know, I know we are not robots. We don't work with batteries. We are people, you know, so we can't always have it all together. And we can't always have, you know, an idea of how to quickly respond to how people are treating us or what they're doing to us. But in most cases, if you can check things that you can consider your downfall, these are not things which were, it always has something to do with people. You get what I mean? Hey, Rebecca, it always has something to do with people. It can never entirely be just you being tired and then you decide that no, I'm done with this God, I'm done with this, I'm done with that, I'm quitting. It always has to do with people influencing you, you know, in a way. So I feel like there are so many things that we would not be doing if we didn't have an audience, and there are so many things that we would be doing if we didn't have if we didn't have an audience. Like for example, the most humiliating thing. Okay, let me give you. I was having a conversation with a friend during the day, and we are talking about this whole thing of cheating, and we were arguing about how a men will always cheat and how women he's Zulu. So he was saying intombazana kwamele ihlale nentombi. That means you must sit on your punani. You must sit on your what you call as a girl. You know, sit on it. Don't be getting up and down, pena pena. Sit on it. That's basically what we were talking about. And we're talking about how sometimes these things, like, people are okay with being mistreated as long as they're being mistreated in private. People are okay with being taken advantage of as long as other people don't know that they're being taken advantage of. So there's a lot of things that people are okay with them being done to them as long as there's no audience, as long as there are no other people who are watching them being treated in that fashion. And as soon as other people see, it's only then that you feel like, okay, now I feel like I'm a fool because other people know that I'm being cheated on. Other people know that I'm forgiving cheating. Other people know that my partner made a baby outside. So if people didn't know what was being done to you, you would be okay and you would let a lot of things slide. You get what I mean? So with that, I feel like then we get to allow people to dictate to us how we must move, you know, how we must carry ourselves, and how we must deal with certain issues. We're not dealing with them from the deepest part of our hearts. We're dealing with them based on the fact that who knows about it, and if I react in a certain way, what are they gonna say about it? I don't know how many times I've said about things like getting back together with your ex when people were, do you guys remember back then when I was under fire, when you were firing me for taking a picture with my baby daddy, and some people were asking me, so are you planning on getting back together with this guy? I was like, nah, I'm not planning on. And somebody said they were happy that I'm not planning on getting back together with him. And I had to emphasize that this is not about you and how you feel about my decisions. It's about me. Meaning that if me getting back together with him was the thing I wanted to do, I would have done it regardless of how it's making you feel. So this decision also, I don't have you in mind when I make these decisions. So a lot of us are succumbing to things that under normal circumstances they wouldn't had us. But because there's an audience and the audience comes with an opinion, then we allow the opinion of the audience to get to us. You could be one person, like I, for one, I sat with a friend today for a very long time, a friend that I went to varsity with, and I was saying that I, for one, I'll give you an example. I'm one person that I had a lot of male friends, from all the way back from high school. You find me amongst boys. And after that, if there's somebody who wants to request, because I'm seeing someone saying I'm not okay, if you want to request, you're more than welcome to request as a guest. Join, tell us what's going on, and then we'll see how we can help you resolve that. If maybe that's a word of advice, a word of encouragement that you need, you're more than welcome to do that, and we will definitely be here for you. So I had a lot of male friends. Even when I went to varsity, yeah, we were just reminiscing with this friend of mine from varsity about how, Pacey, what happened to you? You were just this girl who was kind of like an introvert, who didn't really, you always opinionated, but not like the way you are now. Now you're like out here. And I, for one, knew very well that these people were never I never dated any of them. They were my friends. But somebody out there could say perseverance was a whore. Perseverance was a loose paint, because they would always see me with a lot of guys. And if I allowed that to get to me, then I was going to deprive myself of the good relationships or friendships that I had with male figures, because other people think I am this. And I was going to judge myself and how I carry myself and my relationship with boys based on the fact that other people think that just because I hang out with boys, it means that I'm a loose panty. But I never allow all of that to happen. So basically, what I'm saying is that in most decisions that we make in life, are we really making them because we know that this is good for us? Or are we making them based on what people have to say about the decisions that we have to make? Do people matter? Hi, Easy Boy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talk to us.
I'm just joining here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you're just giving us moral support.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your thought
Thank you.
about making decisions based on what other people have to say about you? Like, for example, you have a big family and you know that maybe when how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 27.
Okay, good. You are of age. Let's say you're 27. Now that you're 27, maybe you have a girlfriend and you don't mind cooking and cleaning together with your girlfriend, right? Or your wife, even. And then now when family members show up, your family or the girl's family, you don't want to do all those things because you are afraid that they will think or about you ate love portion or whatever, and you now decide to do things differently based on the audience. Does how you decide to live your life depend on who is watching, or you do things the best way you want to do them regardless of who is watching?
Um, I think for me, I will just do it.
Hello. Okay, I think we've got a bit of a problem there with the network, but I think, guys, you get the moral. Ujile Komondela. Yeah. So, there are people who really enjoy cooking, but they can do it when it's just them and their wives. But now when people are watching, it'll be like, no, ujile, whatever. So that's basically applicable in all areas of our lives, where even decisions that are like hard decisions that we have to make, we don't make them based on how we feel and what we want to do. We make them based on the fact that who is watching and what are they going to say about me if I don't do it a certain way. You get what I mean? Okay, I think Easy Boy will. We appreciate you, my brother. Just stay here with us because it seems like we've got a bit of a problem with the speaker. But yeah, we appreciate you being here. You can remain here. Um, Madam Speaker, I greet you. I greet you, Theo. I hope you are well. So, but besides that, because I'm seeing that somebody said I'm not well, but yeah, it seems like whoever that's not well is not comfortable to speak about whatever that's bothering them. It moves now. It makes us move now to the next one, guys. Remember, this is so informal because I've been away for like when I checked my YouTube. I've been live. I think the last time I went live was like last week Tuesday. Sure, yeah. So yeah, it's been a minute. But anyway, our culture plays a role as men. So what is your thought when Umpile is dead? So do we allow culture to continue playing a role in the decisions that you make based on your family? To say, do you wanna follow culture? Do you wanna make your wife happy? Do you wanna be happy? Because at the end of the day, society is gonna judge you anyway. You cook because you love cooking and you happen to have a wife and your wife enjoys your cooking, they judge you. You leave your wife, they judge you. You cheat on your wife, they judge you. You make babies out. So society, I don't think society is really something that yeah, we belong here. I don't know. I just feel like it's just a mode of transportation for us to get to where we're going. You don't really have to personalize it and try to, be friends with the transportation to get you to wherever you wanna go. That's just me, you know. That's just my belief. And also there's the one that I want us to get to now, which is the issue of what do you call this? The issue of giving people an ultimatum. On Tuesday last week when I was on Metro FM, we were talking, and I really wanted us to extend that conversation and bring it here on our platform. But I don't think today is a good day. We'll try again tomorrow also. Um what do you call this thing, we're talking about being given an ultimatum where somebody says you must choose between them and another person, or you must choose between them and a family member. You must choose, like, that thing of just saying it's either me or whatever. And today in the morning I saw a video where I forgot the name of the show. I think it's saying Cartel or whatever, something like that, on Zanzi Magic, where a guy was who took a girl, a woman, to to that show, and the woman apparently loves alcohol so much, and the guy was saying that you need to choose, you can't be drinking alcohol like this, and that woman said, I drink like a fish and I'm not even apologetic, and I'm not even gonna stop drinking my alcohol. And the guy was like, hi, if you're not gonna be able to stop drinking your alcohol, then that means that we're gonna have to end our relationship. And the girl was like, no, look, you found me like this. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. If a wall has been hit, you saw that clip, ne? Yeah, I saw it as well, man. When I'm at Siliso. If a wall has been hit by a car, even if you fix it, it can never be the same. But what are they translated it as? You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. And for me, it kind of said then, Ori, I don't know, women in most cases, we get to be given an ultimatum and we take it. But I don't think men take ultimatums as much as we women do. Like, for example, I don't think I know there's a woman, not even one, who was given an ultimatum to say, if you want to be my wife, you must stop wearing pants. And she stopped wearing pants. She stopped putting on makeup. So she was a wife of organic wife. You get what I mean? You're an organic wife. You don't put on makeup, not because you don't want, but because you've been given an ultimatum to say, yes, I can marry you and stop wasting your time. But in return, these are the things that I want you to do. These are the terms and conditions. But and also, so this one of saying you must choose between me and alcohol, and she's like, no, 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 I'm choosing my alcohol. It's quite interesting because in most cases, women women would choose marriage over anything and everything, unless if maybe the alcohol is just a deeper one compared to the other ones that people are just choosing, normal things and all that stuff. But the issue of being given an ultimatum, for me, it always it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. As men, we don't want our families to think that we are weak apart from the society. Hey, but your family raised you. Like, I mean, I know my son is a softie. You know, my son has got such a beautiful. My son has got a kind heart. Like I always say, I say this all the time that I'm gonna give an example with my son because this is somebody who's growing up in front of me and eventually is gonna turn into a husband. It's gonna be somebody's husband. So there's certain things that even if he's gonna do when he's a husband, they're not gonna shock me. You know, the fact that he's kind-hearted and he's very empathetic. It's something that he takes from his father, my ex-husband, which is probably, not even probably, which is definitely one of the reasons why I fell in love with him. You see, so that has been now moved to my kids. So I wouldn't be shocked if I see my son being kind and doing things for his wife the same way that my ex-husband used to do for me. You know, I wouldn't be shocked because it would be something that I would expect. So when you say that you don't want your family to see you as weak, people who see you and you grow up in front of them, they probably already know, you know. I'm one person that when I was still married, my ex's family, they knew that my ex-husband would give me a cup of coffee every morning. When we had family gatherings, you know, those places where we're in houses and we're sleeping all in the same house but different bedrooms. They know in the morning, because he's a morning person, wakes up, kitchen, big cup of coffee for his wife. So if my son grows up and I'm visiting his house and I find him making coffee for his wife, cooking, that would not be a shock for me because even his father used to do the same thing. You understand what I mean? So what are the things that are new to you in a relationship that even your family knows or you are not capable of? Yes, I know that you can't know everything about your family, you know, but those are, I mean, taking care of your wife, your own family that raised you would think you are weak. I mean, I don't get it, guys. Unless if maybe there are other things that you guys are doing, which is a shock for your family also. I'm gonna have to mute our beloved guest here, even though he's still here with us, so that because I think there are other people who are speaking in the background. I don't know, guys. I mean, for me, I just feel like your family already knows, unless if maybe society in general, you know. Then I would say, yeah, maybe, you know. I don't know what you guys think about that. But guys, other than that, women nowadays are not crazy about marriage. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing when I'm mabongi. The fact that women are not crazy about marriage, and this conversation actually hits home for me, you know, because I don't know. Ever since I got married and got the T-shirt and wore it, like now I'm like, it's whatever, you know. I do believe in love so much; it's a good thing. Yeah, ne? Not true. What's not true when I Logan? Talk to us in detail. Type, or a request and join and tell us what it is that you think is not true and what is true. Um, you know, because for me, I feel like at this point, yes, I think I'm very much capable of doing this whole marriage thing again, but at the same time, it doesn't. I don't feel like I'm auctioning. You know, I don't feel like I have to. Not excuse me, not auctioning. It's core is a problem. I don't feel like I'm auditioning. I don't feel like I have to be auditioned to be the best candidate to be somebody's wife. You know, um, phew, it's crazy because at some point in my life, you would think that when somebody says, "Yeah, no, I want to marry you," you must be serious so that at least I can marry you, whatever. Those type of things would be like, okay, no, I need to behave a certain way. I need to tame myself here and there. I need to do this and that just so that I can be a wife. You get what I mean? But now, from where I am, Bazalwane, you can give me zero. Yes, like, you can give me zero. Okay, let me see what the comments are saying here. You are just too picky, but we love the idea of marriage. Oh, we are just too picky. Oh, okay. I hear you, Logan. Matsidi says my hobby is Xhosa. Hey, but he's doing washing, cooking, and making coffee. His family say I bewitched him. You see? You see? Now you get the point when I'm at CDs. So now the question would be, was this person doing these things when they were still at home? Because it's funny how, I mean, I have a cousin of mine, when we were growing up, the mother used to make sure, and I think I'm gonna do the same with my kids as well. It's just that unfortunately because I have a helper, I can't fully exercise that thing, you know, where my son and my daughter, they must all wash dishes at the same time, or they must take turns. This one must watch today, this one must watch tomorrow. There's no, hey, dishes are for girls, boys are just lazing around the house doing nothing. I don't believe in that. So we used to have a family, my uncle and his kids and his wife. The wife would make sure that the washing of dishes, they rotate, they made the boy wash the dishes. And with all of that, the boy washing the dishes, the boy cooking, the boy doing this and that, then all of a sudden, when your son is grown and he's married, him doing all of that for his wife is him being bewitched. I was alone. You need to be serious. You're not serious about life if you're doing that, because what the hell is that? You know, you can't tell me that all these domestic things that your son has been doing at home, you are proud of yourself. You give him good home training, you know, basic skills. You don't need to have, you don't need to attach certain duties to genitals, But now, when they are married and they leave your house and you find them washing the dishes, you are shocked and you are saying that your daughter-in-law bewitched your son. But when your daughter is sitting at home and relaxing, and your son-in-law is doing all these things for your daughter, then your daughter did not bewitch him, because when you are not a witch. It's being hypocritical. It's being hypocritical. I don't think so, because they have this thing of indoda, yindoda. Way, Jesus. I guess, Matsidi, so you must tell us the truth. You gave this man some tea. What did you give him? You took you sifted you sifted his tea with your undergarment. Yeah? You put your undergarment as a saffo when you were pouring him, you giving him tea. Because why is he doing all these things if he never did them at home? Because no. So but then anyway, I do believe that some other people, they watch from people that inspire them. Because I remember at some point of in the beginning, most before you give up on a marriage, you fight a couple of times. You try to make it work before it eventually fails you, or you fail it, or you guys fail each other. So while we were still trying to fight, I wish I can request. How? Why are you not requesting when Umpil is dead? Let me send you a. How do you? I don't even know how you invite someone. How do you invite someone? I don't know. I don't even know how to add a person. I don't even know. I'm working night shift and my helper is leaving for December. I need to take kids to my home. He can't take care of the kids while you're not there. You can't take care of the kids while you're not there. Hey Shmina, guys, let me tell you, like, I'm living my best life, eh? Yo, guys, I have never been this happy in my life. Like, when I look back at where I was, because most social media will always remind you of things of a couple of years ago, on this day, on this day. Like, right now, yo, my life, yo, guys, I am living my best life. Let me tell you. And I was having a conversation with a friend today who, about divorce and all that stuff, and I was telling him how divorce is not a good thing and all that stuff. I still have unresolved dispute with TikTok. Sorry, I'm blocked. Oh, sorry about that. When I'm is dead, excuse about that. As I was still saying that with me, um, I don't encourage divorce. I don't recommend divorce. In fact, I recommend people not to get married if the relationship is not solid, because it's gonna end in divorce and it's gonna break them even more, because they were taking before they got into the marriage, which I feel like is what I did when I got married. But if there's one thing that I really, for some reason, guys, I cannot stop thanking God for, it's this whole co-parenting situation that's happening. Because now, as I'm telling you now, I can't remember who was saying this. The one who was talking about the kids having to, the nanny, excuse me, the nanny having to go on leave. My nanny went on leave already by month end of November. My nanny went on leave. My kids are with my ex-husband. Like, all his kids are under one roof. This guy is killing this whole parenting thing. Like, I know he's probably tired already because he has spoiled them, but he is killing it. Like, the other day, it was my son's birthday, and we are busy calling each other, trying to sort out the whole party, the guests, the monies for this and for that. I'm telling you, I am doing all of that while I am in the air, while I am living my best life somewhere, because he's really good with his kids. And I can't expect somebody to come and say, "Hi, this guy utlisiwe," you know. And also, if my kid, my son, would be that good with his kids, I wouldn't be shocked because his dad is doing a great job raising them, you know. Um, Look, that guy, Christmas clothes done, uniform done. Bona, me, I was just an incubator, guys. I was just an incubator because he is doing a great job. In as much as I stay with the kids full time, but I have no doubt, even when the kids are with him for like 4 weeks of the school holidays, that he's gonna make a plan. You know, he's gonna make a plan to see that the kids are well taken care of, they're okay, and they're just okay. They're in a good space. Like these kids, even when they video call you, they are still the same. So we can now say that a guy who knows how to, and I remember these things because even this whole thing of parenting, nobody here comes with a manual, you know. Sometimes we see how our parents parented us and we're like, I'm gonna do the same for my kids. Sometimes we see how our parents parented us and we're like, no, this one I'm definitely not gonna do for my kids. Or we see how other people do it and we want the same for our kids. So it's something that just comes naturally, you know. So we can't say that uh, somebody must be taught all of that, or I know uhlisiwe because why is he taking care of his kids, why is he cooking for his kids? It must, you know, you must, it's a must. So that's why I'm saying that with me for that one, no, 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 I'm not. I'm so glad that I don't have to struggle much with that, you know. And I think the other thing that is just a blessing is the fact that there's never been a point where I used the kids as a weapon to get back at him with for everything that he has done, because I knew that using the kids would mean I'm hurting the kids. There's a video that I'm gonna post for 24 lessons for 2024, but unfortunately ago there's something that happened, and these things happened, all of them happened in 1 month, to a point where um it was like a scare, a life scare, where I almost where he could have lost his life. And the wake up call of my life was that this guy is doing a lot in terms of him contributing to just the raising of the kids, the upbringing of the kids. Meaning that instead of me having to do 100%, I'm doing 50 because he's doing his 50. Meaning that he is somewhere, somehow contributing to me being able to be the person that I am because he's there doing his part. Because if he was not there to do his part, I would not be excelling in what I'm doing and giving the people what God has, you know, put in my hand for me to give the people. But what makes some men to act as if they are forced when they have to be with their own kids? At the moment, he stays under one roof with them. Um, I think, and also this one I say it from a good place. What I've seen, I'm gonna speak. It's a case study based on my life, not everybody else's life. Um, cause my baby daddy has a kid that from his previous relationship. Then it's our two kids. That is something else after that. But what I learned was that with the first child that he had, he was struggling to connect with her because they never connected from the get-go. I don't know if you get what I mean. They never connected from the get-go, or maybe they did, but there was a break in between. But when I met him, there was no connection. You know, there was no father-daughter connection because of, you know, that thing of him being deprived to have a relationship with a child and all that stuff. I don't know what happened. But now the difference between that older child, it needed intervention. That's the part where I intervened for the relationship to be solid between the father and the daughter, right? But with the two that we had, um, when now, I don't know how to read your name. You're saying parenting is a decision. Um, with the two that we had together, I think the one thing that made him bond with the kids from the get go, is that when I say these kids were planned to the T, I'm saying when we were said we were ready to make baby boy, we prayed on it. We calculated ovulation date on it. We I drank some fertility tablets. Actually, I drank more on the second one. The baby was conceived. I mean, when I conceive, within 2 weeks, you see when the periods are supposed to come, that's when I start throwing up. So with I always have that pregnancy test which says 2 weeks pregnant. That's how early I'm able to tell that I'm pregnant. So from that 2 weeks, he is there. He is in it, and he is there like throughout until the end. He is there when we are delivering the baby. He is there to cut the umbilical cord. He's there. So there's never been a disconnect between him and the kids. You understand? The second one, same story. The planning, the fertility, the ovulation, the conception, all these things. He's there until the end. So there's never been a disconnect. And even throughout the divorce, because I knew the relationship that he had, and with me, I didn't even care about him. I cared more about my kids because I knew that if I deprive him for whatever reason, maybe I'm bitter, I deprive him, it's not only him I'm gonna hate, I'm also gonna hate my kids. So I had to, even though I hated him, I had to force myself to allow him to be in the kids' life for the sake of the kids. You understand what I mean? So even from conception and everything, even with the fighting for stuff and the divorce, there's never been a disconnect between the kids and their father. So because of that, that part was never taken away. So it has always been that. So I think maybe because of that, that's the reason why he's a parent. He does not know how to be anything else. He does not know how to take a break from being a parent, the same way that some of us as mothers, we don't know how to take a break. So I wouldn't know, and I wouldn't say the same about the other kids that he has, because I can only talk about the ones that I've seen him, in action with, which is my kids and the older one. You get what I mean? So that's that. And it's not everybody's reality, it's not everybody's reality. Sometimes people are sick, guys. People have got different sicknesses out there. Somebody could be having, there are people who actually say that if I can't be with you, then I'm not gonna support your child. Also, you must find that the child another father. People can be cruel like that. And sometimes it depends on if they have father figures themselves. Thank you so much for having me. I have to go. Thank you so much, Easy Boy, for being here with us. I appreciate you. God bless you. You may be excused. So yeah, basically that is it for me. That's it. I feel like being a parent, guys, it's the same as mothers who have kids but were never ready to have them, and they neglect their kids. I don't know if you guys watched the episode that we did of the lady who said that her mother didn't care about her. She was raped a couple of times. She was raped by pastors. She was abused by pastors. It's a mother. So we can't really say men choose to be there and they don't choose to be there. People choose to be there and people choose not to be there. There are people who, when they have kids, they just don't connect with those kids. So they choose to not be there, regardless of whether it's a mother or a father, because both are very much capable. We sat with a lady who wrote a book saying, "My mother hates me," And when she narrates her story, you must watch it on our other podcast, the Losing in Love, the Safe Space Cats podcast. When she narrates a story, you can tell, oh, this is a woman who really had, regardless of what was the main reason behind all of that, this woman resented her children. And I always say that we as people, we always have an excuse for women when women behave a certain way, when women are this, like, women are just not coming through, and being mothers, we make excuses for them. We always say, yeah, yeah, it's because they are bewitched, there's no way, there's this, there's that. But no, even a father, can we now say a father is not present as a father in their kid's life because they're bewitched? No, but with a woman, we always make excuses for them. And now for me, I feel like it's the same. There are mothers who they are fertile, they gave birth, but they don't have that motherly thing in them, the same way as there are fathers who who ejaculated a sperm, but they don't have that thing of being a father in them. So it's both. I see somebody saying, "Would you get married again?" Who is that? Let me see. I missed the comment. Refilwe is asking me if I would get married again. I think I would. Hey, I think I would. It's just that right now, hey, my mindset is different. I was having a conversation with a friend during the day about this whole thing of getting married again. It's about a decision. If a man does not want to be part of his child's, no one can force him. Same as women, because there are women who are also abandoning children. That's why I'm saying that. Hello? Guys, I think there's somebody knocking on my door. And I'm so scared because I know no one here. Let me go open. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yeah. As you know, when people are knocking in hotels and you didn't tell anyone your room number, you start wondering, who is this? How did they get here? What's what? It's by the next door. It's not here. It's by the neighbors. But guys, anyway, that's that for today. I have to love you and leave you guys. I just wanted to come through to say hi. I'm here. Who's knocking? No, no, no. It's not here. I thought it was here also. But they're knocking in the next room. I have to love you and leave you guys. Today I was just here to check on you to say I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm still kicking. It's just unfortunate that life has been lifing. And also, in as much as in the past I used to say that, hey, live podcast is easier than pre-recording. Mara, now I realize, oh, hey, live podcast is becoming more and more of a challenge because of the busy schedule. But we'll try and see and push and do what needs to be done. For now, I have to love you and leave you. Tomorrow is Thursday. Let's try again tomorrow on Thursday. We shall see. I will introduce the topic tomorrow during the day, or what is it that we're talking about. But there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot that we can talk about. TM's Lady TCM, I love you so much. You don't open live these days. Yeah, I've not been going live for like the whole of last week. I never went live. Like I was just going through it. I was just so busy, you know. And also this week, it's only now that I'm here. I'll go live also tomorrow. I'll try even over the weekend to do some lives just to make up for the past couple of days that I had not been doing lives. But yeah, life has just been lifing, guys. But the other, yeah, no, we'll definitely do the live tomorrow. But the other segments are here, especially on YouTube. You can catch up, and also the short videos I'm still posting. You can still holler at me. I love you guys. I'll see you on the flip side. God bless you. Good night. Mwah, mwah.